Hello, everyone. Today is Saturday, February 6, 2021 at 11:19 a.m. Seems like on average I've been waking up at about 10:30 in the morning, but I failed big time yesterday. Well, this morning I ended up not being able to fall asleep until after 4 o'clock this morning. And I had to deal with feeling like high anxiety and stuff like that. There are a couple of things I wish I could talk about or that I want to talk about, but I can't. But scared to talk about it. But um, uh, it's been really cold this past week. Well, like in the 30s and 40s, more like at night. And then supposed to have like maybe the weekend be a little warm, but right now it looks like it's about to rain. And excuse me, I sorry, I know I need to get groceries again, and I'm supposed to be here till the 17th, so I have 11 more days left, unless anybody wants to help me out, or unless, but I don't. I mean, I keep hearing different stories about the doggone $1,400 stimulus check. So, well, if we were to get the stimulus check, I wouldn't need any help. But I hate to even have to be forced to depend on that, though. But um, so it's been cold, and this coming week it's supposed to be even colder, like the early 30s at night and stuff. Most of the week, and some rain and stuff. So, but I don't remember offhand what the weather's supposed to be like today or tonight, but excuse me, it looks like it's about to rain out or rainy or something outside. But I spent pretty much a lot of the night. I mean, even though the steak wasn't you know, well done, it was still moist and juicy and good. I mean, I'm glad it was no blood, but I prefer my steak to be well done. That's just like if I have oysters, I prefer them to be cooked oysters and not raw oysters. And I mean, I grew up on raw oysters being a child, and the foster mom, she used to put an overload of salt and everything, just like her husband, the last husband, would put overload sugar and everything. And that's why we freaking got hooked on sugar and sweets. But it's like the so I remember those days of being like about 6 years old and having the super salty oysters, raw oysters and stuff. And yeah, the foster mom, she used to eat self righteously eat like one meal a day, but smoke so much cigarettes and drink Coca-Cola a lot, and or sometimes cranberry juice. But she used to self righteously eat one meal a day, and then that small little meal that she would eat, she would pile up nearly the whole canister of the Morton salt. And then one day, it was over the summer between my sophomore and junior year in high school, and she got mad and blamed me, saying that it was my fault that she can't eat any salt anymore because I stressed her out and caused her to have high blood pressure. Um, just whatever. But I wanted to tell y'all that I can't believe it already. That I had already got my sixth book published, ebook, book, whatever, Amazon Kindle ebook. I got my sixth book published. And I'm gonna put the link in the description box. That's the one I was talking about with the complex PTSD and stuff like that. So it's like, yeah, all this chronic sleep deprivation make me feel like I can never recover, but make me feel like I wish I had some more of the supplement, the magnesium supplement, even though it's been seeming like it's been ineffective. But I still got a little food left, but I guess I need to hurry and check which day is not that cold so I can go grocery shopping and and I don't know which day or when I'll go grocery shopping, but I know I need to do grocery shopping and do laundry pretty soon. And what else was I gonna say? Yeah, so I got a little bit of food left, but I need to do grocery shopping and laundry. I'm sorry if I'm sounding repetitive, but I'm trying to the stuff that's been bothering me that I want to talk about. It's been making me more nervous and my anxiety more high. But it's like I'm trying to practice to not let the things bother me get underneath my skin, and just try to trust in Jesus, and and it's hard. It's always been hard for me to try to ignore you know certain people and stuff like that. And it seems like certain things, emotionally and psychologically and mentally eat me up so much or eat me up so badly that I feel hindered from doing what, going on about what life and doing what I need to do and stuff. But with writing my books, I've been having, you know, performance anxiety or feeling not good enough with my books, in the same way that if you're on stage and you have to do music or do a speech, perform a speech, and then you get stage fright. That's the kind of feeling that I get about my books. But I got them published, and thanks to God, for using people to help me, stay off the streets for this long. It's been over 2 months. And the perps hate that. And the fake TI perps, they all hate that and feel like I don't deserve it. But I mean, the weather being cold in the 30s and 40s, and I've been through it and it's miserable. So, it's like I'm thankful to God. He gets the ultimate glory and the credit for everything. But at the same time, y'all who have supported me and helped me out, I thank y'all too. Because if it weren't for if it weren't for God first, and if it weren't for y'all, it, I mean, thanks to me being here for so long, despite going through what I went through, and I had all these moments where everything was something that's keeping my anxiety really high, or keeping me angry, upset, or worried about something, or keeping me nervous, or keeping me on edge, or whatever, where I couldn't rest or relax. I mean, it's like that was holding me back too. But now, I mean, I started in November, and I was already on the streets, and I got two books out of the way, and I was street homeless and suffering sleep deprivation. So since being here from more like December, I got four books out of the way. And this week I got two books published. And they were short books. They're not all that long, but I got them published. Two books published in one, self-published in 1 week. And even though it's get a little stressful with the my sleep deprivation and performance anxiety, that's what's kind of holding me back and making me feel like it's a little harder than what it could be or should be. But other than that, um, it's easy and fun, and it's my own job. And even though it kind of not exactly, like the book that I'm gonna show y'all in the description box today, um, it is it's kind of not exactly what I wanted, but it's more like you get the picture, and like it's pretty much a lot of the stuff that I say on my talk about on my videos, but more like condensed in one little um kind of like one little book. But I have a right to make a living and make my own money as well. And so, but which is it? Are y'all gonna keep frowning about me being an idle beggar, or or not doing anything with my life and being lazy, or are you gonna still have a problem with me trying? I finally found an avenue after all these years, something that I can do, and that's something that I can't be blocked from, you know. So I finally found an avenue and I just wish I could have done this years ago. And then I was experimenting with cooking a lot when I was living in Los Angeles, and I'm just kind of disappointed because I could have had like dozens of recipes out. I mean, recipes, if I could have had like my own recipe collection of, I could have had a recipe collection, you know, and I'm not that, I'm not a chef and I'm not a professional, but I know that I'm creative and different in the kitchen, and I've experimented with certain soups. Whoa, ooh, good thing the video didn't stop. But experimenting with sorry, ooh, experimenting with certain soups and soups and casseroles and other just creativity. Well, soups, casseroles, cookies, homemade breads and muffins, and stuff like that. I mean, and even I could have done it in my own home and showed recipes of in New Orleans they used to call it a huckabuck or cold cup or frozen cup. I could have been making recipes with those, and popsicles, stuff like that. Or I tried to I even made my own homemade toothpaste, but I kind of think it was a little abrasive on the teeth, and it might have not been the best recipe. But hey, sometimes you learn by experimenting. But well, my ebook, it's called "Let It Go: My Path to C-PTSD Healing." Complex PTSD healing. And so, of course, I mean, talk some things about me being targeted as being the reason why I'm going through what I'm going through, and also it talks about, celebrities and their mind control and narcissistic abuse and cults and my personal somewhat, a little bit about my personal abuse and things that people have done to me that shaped the reason why I am the way I am and why I think the way I do and why I'm so hypersensitive and stuff like that. And I thought that, hopefully it would be like being like people rather than people like just stop worrying about people or being judgmental and insensitive. Maybe they can have like a little better understanding and a background of why I am the way I am, which is not my fault really. And it's not your fault if you've been through some things and act a certain way. And I still have more to learn about things. And so I mean, I know that people judge you from the outside and make like you're the problem, but they don't understand your background of why I'm. I mean, if people already think I'm aggravating and annoying, and I don't mean to be, but wow, imagine if I was a druggie or an alcoholic. Don't you think I'll be more aggravating and annoying? But I guess I end up being aggravating and annoying without the drugs or alcohol. And I know that I couldn't even handle, something like that. But I've been an overeater for many, compulsive overeater for many years, or a glutton for many years. Um, but uh, it's like, ooh, food is not everything, but certain food does taste really good. Well, a lot of times food tastes really good, but you know, when I would have the Korean food living in Los Angeles and thought I was in heaven, but then once I start to get full, with the all you can eat Korean food, it's like it would end up to be torture because in a lot of Asian all you can eat restaurants you get charged like in American all you can eat restaurants you can end up throwing food away or wasting what you can't eat, but in the Korean restaurants or any other Chinese restaurants they either charge you for to go, they charge you by the pound for to go, or or they force you to sit there and eat all the food, or they'll charge you for the food that you throw away. So that'll teach you to eat, eat, not eat so much, because it's like if I would eat heavy, but then if I go to a all you can eat restaurant, I'm wondering why I can only eat like one or two plates usually. But it seemed like when I was at the Grand Canyon, I would. It was like every meal every day was an all you can eat, kind of setting, and I felt like spoiled and went overboard, even though I was doing a lot of walking and working a lot and everything like that. But I would eat two plates of food plus dessert, and then I was suffering depression and homeless. And when I was living on University of New Orleans campus, as a homeless person, that's the college I graduated from, and I was, alumni, and I didn't have anywhere else to go, and so I would pay for and buy, you know, I would pay for and buy the dog. I would pay for and buy the the food, like the breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and it's like I would eat like be depressed, and I wasn't even on those psych medications. And I felt betrayed when they banned me from the campus because a lot of the university police, they knew about it, and then you know they knew, they didn't say anything for 6 months and they knew about it. But certain anonymous people had made reports. So there's a homeless man lurking around or whatever. And then if the university police come and confront me, and then I show them my alumni badge and tell them my situation. And I've even tried to go to your career services and the university career services, acting like there's nothing they can do for me or that they couldn't help me. I tried what I could with you know trying to go live at that hostel. That didn't work. And I tried to stay in hotel and motel when I could afford it, or try to work temp service here and there, try to get regular jobs. I know, I mean, I told y'all about what happened and stuff like that. And so it's like, I felt betrayed when they wrongfully banned me from the campus. I'm like, y'all knew about it for all this long, and didn't say anything, waited till the weather was horrible. And then they all set me up and then turned against me, and I didn't realize it was gang stalking, because it was actually 18 days after I started my channel. I mean, started the channel, and then started being vocal and speaking out on YouTube, about my, I mean, about my gang stalking and stuff like that. So I figured that was a setup and no coincidence. And it was pretty hard. I mean, at first, I was sleeping outside in the cold and even in the rain on the campus, like around November, December. It was after I came back from working at the Grand Canyon, and after working, I mean, and after working at the Grand Canyon, and after after I came back from New Orleans and stuff, after working at the Grand Canyon and staying back in Los Angeles for a couple of weeks, and then I came back, and then but something else I was gonna say, damn, and the time is running short. Um, oh, and I like shift gig. They stopped recommending me work and blacklisted me and stuff like that, and so it's like a lot of different stuff happened. And of course they made me sleep deprived and hit me with energy weapons and had me in and out of the hospital like they did in 2019, that so that I couldn't work. I mean, they don't want me working. They don't want me with my own job. They don't want me with housing. They don't want me with a family. They don't want me with none of that. They don't want me with a car and driving. And then they block every attempt that when I try, and then when I get angry and wonder why, when I speak out against why I can't have these things, then I have to hear lectures about being covetous or being greedy or wanting what others have. No, I'm trying to get my own. And I say that if you have no reason or authority to block me from these things, but y'all just want to cover up y'all dirty deeds and just try to look self-righteous and try to make me feel bad about fighting for my right to want to live normal. But they think that we deserve to have nothing and just be punished from everything and just banned from society, and more like they say kicked out of society as a targeted individual. And while y'all satanic sellouts act like y'all think y'all more mature with common sense, but y'all nothing but wicked satanic perps who can't fool God. So I'm gonna put the link in the description box. I'm surprised that the video was able to go this long. I'm gonna put the link in the description box, and thanks for the support, and thanks for listening to me, and thanks for having understanding of my struggles and my suffering and my hurt and everything, because we have a right to speak out against what we're going through and everything. So I love y'all, and bye.